Now let's go ahead and move on to Moon Knight, like we had mentioned earlier today, or earlier in the episode, I should say. We'll talk about Moon Knight next because this is a show that I've been very interested in since it was announced to begin with. Moon Knight is one of my favorite characters. I think it's just very interesting. There's a lot of layers to that character. There's just this level of brutality that you don't see in a lot of other characters, and there's just the imagery. He looks cool, and he's always juxtaposed against he's a white figure juxtaposed against a black background usually. It's just visually striking. It's a place where most superheroes don't go. They don't go there with most superheroes. So the shows look great. The trailers have looked awesome. And so it was very much a relief to me whenever these reviews came out today. I want to take a look at some of what has been reported today. Sorry, was that today? Yeah, early. Well, today as of recording. This is Monday. I'm recording for release on Wednesday. This coming from comicbook.com. Adam Barnhart put this together. The first Moon Knight reactions appear online in this quote-unquote best Marvel Studio project ever. Few select members of the media got a super early look at Oscar Isaac's Moon Knight series. Very cool, very lucky. The vast majority of early reviews call the series Marvel's most different project yet, with a substantial chunk of earlier reviewers saying it's completely removed from the Marvel Cinematic Universe throughout its first 4 episodes. Very interesting that he's kind of standing alone, yet still taking part in the same world, same multiverse, same universe, if you will. So we have here at University Films reporting Moon Knight is fantastic and Oscar Isaac is exceptional as the tormented Mark Spector. I like how they used the adjective tormented there in their review. Excuse me, this is the Marvel show everyone is going to be talking about. Completely bonkers, it leads with a haunting adventure. Interesting. Marvel knocked it out of the park. We have David Opie, who's saying, watch the first 4 episodes of Moon Knight, and I'm as divided by this show as Mark himself. Interesting. Also interesting that they're saying Mark is divided, right? Because, I mean, that's what we're kind of expecting from the trailers, and it looks like an interesting story. When it works, it's wildly original MCU entry with flashes of greatness, but some of the sillier aspects detach from the horror. That's very interesting. I guess I don't know. There's a whole nod towards Werewolf by Night, so maybe some horror elements in there, but I guess maybe the silliness is trying to keep them from going all the way down the horror path, is what I would guess. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And it says diehard comic fans might not enjoy it as much as newcomers. I think that that's interesting because you could probably say that about a lot about the MCU in general. Because really, I mean, they're taking these characters and their origins and they're just making them fit into this universe, into this world that they've created. I mean, you could probably say that, to a degree about just about every character in the MCU. But they've done it mostly in a way that I think fans approve of. I mean, there's so many people that are just fans of the MCU in general and not fans of the comics anymore. There's a lot of people who just like the movies and the TV shows and they don't even bother with the source material, and that's fine. You can do that. Let's see. Disney Plus News reporting, watch the first 4 episodes of Moon Knight, and it's unlike anything we've seen in the MCU. That's promising. Oscar Isaac is fantastic. Can't wait to watch the rest of the series. This isn't your typical superhero origin. I think all of us were really looking forward to that as well, not being the typical origin. Because that's the way it's portrayed in the trailer. So it's good to know that they're not selling us something that isn't actually there. Right? Thomas Story, I've watched the first 4 episodes of Moon Knight. It's unlike anything we've seen from the MCU. Again, someone else saying that it's not like anything else we've seen in the MCU. I think that's very promising. A psychological thriller, which that piques my interest right there, with a touch of Indiana Jones, which that's super cool because the imagery does kind of look a little Indiana Jonesy from time to time. So I like that someone else is picking up on that because it looks like it's a lot of fun. Kept me on the edge of my seat the whole time. Now, Tom Power saying, full thoughts to come in my Moon Knight review, but I'll say this, it's unlike anything you've seen from Marvel before. So it's, I think it's very promising that there are several people reviewing the first 4 episodes and saying this isn't like anything we've seen before in the MCU. So we're getting something very new, a whole new flavor here too. And I just want to go back to this picture here, this still. I don't know if this has been out there. This particular still has been out there or not, but I just want to look at it. It's pretty cool. Like I said, just the whole white clad figure juxtaposed on the black background. He really stands out. The suit's cool. I think they nailed the suit. The suit looks awesome. So I can't wait to see the rest of it to see how it turns out. But let me know what you're thinking of. Are you excited for Moon Knight? Do you think it's going to be great? Do you think it's going to be just kind of so? Do you just not care? I want to know. I want to hear your comments on that down below. Just let me know. Also, if you're like me, you're a huge fan of trivia. And that's why I wrote It's Trivial 1000 Trivia Questions. Whether you're just a big fan of useless facts or you're starting your own trivia night and you need a resource, It's Trivial 1000 Trivia Questions is exactly what you are looking for, with 10 great categories from music, movies, superheroes, video games. It's all in there. There is something for everybody. It comes in paperback and hardcover. You can get it on Amazon.com or order it from your local bookstore. That's It's Trivial 1000 Trivia Questions. And if you pick up a copy, be sure to hit me up on Twitter at Grant L. Fletcher.